brother cutscene.
Alright. So are we gonna go like until the tutorial's done, or are you gonna stop when you normally stop?
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. We're
Well, what time is it?
I'm trying to find with either.
It's 9:15, so I've got 15 minutes. So we'll probably get to around Ryuji's awakening if we go to normal time.
Possibly.
We made it back. That means what happened yesterday was for real too.
I should have made it for
For real?
counter.
That was close.
We
Was
would
it
have hit 100.
just when Ryuji says it every time the word comes?
Time too, huh?
I don't know. Possibly both.
Because I think this is the first time Ryuji said it, but the second time it's said it
You
again.
jelly.
You jelly?
You jelly.
I ain't jealous.
Okay, don't be a tsundere
Oh,
about
that
it, man.
sounds
Jesus.
like.
What's going on
Yeah,
here?
no, that sounds
Makes
like you're
no
kind of
effing sense
jealous.
at all.
You mad, bro?
Hey,
It's a monster cat!
I'm not a monster or a cat.
commotion.
Well, technically
I
speaking.
mean, you kind of are a monster.
The shadows started acting up,
I'll,
so I
I'll,
came here
I'll,
wondering
I'll
what it could
concede
be.
that you're not a cat.
I mean, isn't there a joke
To
in
think you guys would
our
come
first
back
trip to
the entrance
Mementos
and
when we
barely
first
managed
see
to
the
escape?
cat bus? We decide he's a car instead
is
of either a
this
cat or a human.
Is it the school?
Yep.
That's right.
Yep, definitely. That
It's
is a joke.
castle.
Good.
This castle is the school, but only to this castle's ruler.
Got it. Cognition, blah, blah. We're gonna have to go through all of this, even though we already
Yeah,
did.
yeah, we're going. Welcome to
It's
Exposition
how his
Land.
distorted heart views the school.
It would be really entertaining for one of these tutorials to just get completely cut in half. Like, okay, I think I get it.
Okay, because we're not going to explain this ever again.
I mean, I
the
do
entire
sort of wish
game.
there was like a yeah, I get
Shouldn't
it
have expected a
option
moron
where
to
they
get
might
it.
be able to cut the explanation in half.
What did you say?
They could have the more in-depth one for first time players.
Oh, make it like a knowledge check or something, so that for a new game plus, you're able to do it, but you can't do it in original playthrough.
That'd work.
I'll be okay with
I
that.
mean, it wouldn't help you in this case because this is your original.
It's for real. We saw the
True.
I mean, still, I mean, it won't make
I'm pretty sure.
it'll be better than like trying to fast forward through the cutscenes, you
Most
know.
likely on Kamoshida's orders.
I only do that when
It's not
Oya's
that
on
out of the
screen.
ordinary. It's like that every... What's more,
Insult to the
Yuki
devil,
escaped
Arcana.
yesterday. He must have lost his
Like
temper
her.
quite a bit.
That son of a bitch.
I went through it normally.
I'm willing to give her a
Replaying it.
chance, but I've heard a lot of Ouya hate from the fan base.
Well, I mean, compared to
She's
the
not
rest,
the worst character
not
I've ever
bad.
seen,
I
but
mean-
like,
Still,
I
it
don't
seems
like
you have your reasons.
I mean, if you compare her to the rest of the
Mhm.
confidants,
Mona,
I
She's
would
not
say
as good
she's
as
the
rest of the
weakest.
Confidants at all.
It's more
Mona
fun.
Mona. Meow
Where
Ghana.
those voices are coming from?
You want me to
But,
take you to them?
I mean, especially like her.
My problem with Haru is more disappointment.
But only if
Yeah.
My problem with Oya is I just do not like the
it's settled
the-
then.
way her character is.
For real? Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
me
let's do
on
this.
occasion, but some of the characters I've memed on the most in P4 are characters I ended up really liking, like Naoto and
This is our
Ebihara.
infiltration point.
Ain't that
Mhm.
where we escaped
Like,
out of
Ebihara
last
is
time?
my favorite non-party
That's right.
member
Not barging
social
into the
link
entrance
besides
is one of the
maybe
basics of
either
dungeon
Marie, Nanako, or Dojima.
How are we supposed to know about that stuff?
Makes sense.
Like, I didn't really care about the sports
I'll make sure to
team
teach
or
you
the
as we
drama
go.
club or
Come on,
anything, but Ebihara
So,
got
didn't-
me.
yeah, you didn't get
I
very
haven't
far
cared
going
about
with
like
anyone else.
band or,
Mhm.
which is disappointing because I picked band because I thought it was kind.
Doing whatever the hell you want.
But then
Thanks for coming
the
along.
character from band is this really lolly looking chick.
Yes. They had to fulfill a quota somewhere for some reason.
Place is as creepy as
guess.
always.
I mean, they
This
had
game
to.
fills. I guess this game fills its lolly quota with the
With
twins.
Caroline,
You
Justine,
do
and Lavenza.
exactly as I say, all right?
FBI, open up.
Somehow Lavenza
Follow
is
me.
short, but she somehow feels like she's not hitting the lolly
Yeah,
type thing as hard as Caroline and Justine are.
Hey,
yeah, I
She
think.
feels more mature, I think is what it is.
Well, it's because she's two halves and then a whole, so it makes sense that Caroline and Justine feel younger than her.
Probably.
Lavenza's kind of got that wise above her years thing that Margaret's got going for her.
Well, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, this place is our school. Cognition.
So she still do have that short temper that she got from Caroline, so.
And the chainsaw. And she's not afraid to use it.
That chainsaw, Jesus. Actually, my question is, how the heck do they have it? Where do they store that chainsaw? Like,
Under
that's a
Igor's
big-
desk. Where do they
Why
store
does
the
Igor-
gallows when you're not using them?
For real?
Oh boy. I'll just teach you the basics of battle for now. You better not forget.
Or
how
the
to
electric
always try
chair.
to ambush enemies.
Or
and
Lavenge's
rush them with their
Iron
heads
Maidens.
on. Attack from behind whenever
Yeah,
you can.
you learn how to ambush, but you
You
don't
need
know
to rip their masks off to
jump
momentarily
between
break the
cover,
control that the
which
powers
feels
within
sort of
have done.
backwards because ambushes feel really weird.
If you succeed, your opponent will be caught off guard, allowing us to jump in for a preemptive attack.
I do like that we can attack from a bit more of a
So,
distance,
wanna
because in
jump on, make
P4
your
you
first
just
strike.
have to
Okay,
hope
got
that
you.
you hit the shadow from behind with your
Also,
sword.
like,
You know you're just going to
ambush
watch
controls are much better in Royal than OG. Can't wait for
Anyway, let's
because it's a lot more fluid. They made it a lot better.
Ah, crap.
Show me your
I'm ready.
form.
I accidentally hit triangle instead of cross.
And thus the show me your true form count has begun.
show me your true form.
Don't waste your SP, Mona.
Mona.
I mean, there's not really any point saving your SP.
True.
You're not gonna be here long enough to use it all.
Dang it, Meowgana.
Okay.
No respect for the cat thing.
All the respect for the cat thing.
I gotta balance you out
Cameron stole the
somehow.
We're here.
Oh, safe room.
I mean, I'm honestly balancing you out more because
Before
I am talking him up more than I actually like him just because of the thing.
Oh yeah. There were more
I
of them
mean,
further
I'm
in,
more
too.
memeing on Morgana than having actual hatred for him. Like, I dislike some of the stuff he does, but that doesn't mean I hate him completely.
I can hear footsteps coming. Lots of them.
It would be a problem if
Most of the
you
stuff
covered
that is annoying about Morgana is more that they hid behind being more.
Let's head into that room.
Like the go to bed instead of...
Yeah, like the go to bed thing is just because the developers want. They don't want to teach you everything straight away.
Mhm.
The
And they didn't have
shadows
anything
are
planned for you
there.
that night.
How can you tell?
There's a lack of distortion here, meaning the ruler's control over this
I'm
area
still trying to
is
figure out how safe rooms work. Like, I can kind of get this in the school for
Is
any
this
classroom
a
that isn't
classroom?
Kamoshida's is probably a
Now
safe
do you
room.
Understand?
But
This
in, like,
place is another
Madarame's
reality
house,
that
the
the
only
ruler's
thing I
heart
can think
protects.
of would be maybe Yusuke's room.
This is
That's
Kamoshida's
might be what
reality?
they're going with. It's like somewhere
Makes no
that
sense at
probably the
all.
ruler has not visited
If
often.
anything, I think
Compared-
Yusuke's room might be one of the places that.
With the most distortion because of his control over him? True.
Yeah,
So I think it's more.
I
of
think
like
it's
some-
just like forgotten corners of his house, like closets and stuff, places he doesn't think about very often.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I kind of get that,
So,
but with how
it
small
became like
Madarame's
this
shack
because he
is,
just
it's
thought of it
shocking
like
how
that?
many safe rooms there are. From a dungeon standpoint, it makes sense. But
You say small, but it's like 2 stories big with multiple rooms.
I mean, that's the only exception. Like everywhere else, I mean, I guess with the exception of the Sakura household, but at the same time,
The best answer is it's a video game.
true.
It needs a place to save.
true.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened between
It's
you
just
two,
one of those
but don't let
gameplay
your
and
emotions
story
get the better of
segregation
you.
things that makes me curious.
His lackeys
No,
are
I get it.
everywhere
I
inside.
get it, especially when the game
You're
goes through
curious
its
about your
lengths to
outfit,
try to
aren't you?
explain what's going on everywhere.
Yeah, I'm curious as hell
I
about it
want
too.
one, Ryuji pouts.
That's also because of this world.
More stuff that makes no sense.
I mean, it's
Anything distorts according to how a
It
ruler
may be
pleases
because
within
I
his
already
palace.
got this spiel from him from Vanilla P5, and because
Ooh, it
I've
can
seen the
turn into a
anime
castle like
twice,
this,
but
after
like,
all.
it doesn't seem that complicated. I
In order
don't
to
get why
prevent such
Ryuji's having so much
distortions,
trouble.
One must hold a
He's
powerful
a dumb
Ryuji's
sense of
boy.
thick.
rebellion. Your appearance is a manifestation.
His skull is
It's the
pretty,
image of
yeah.
rebellion that you
He's a
hold
bit of a
within.
bonehead.
No wonder he needs a helmet instead of a
I'm
mask.
so fed up
Dunk,
with all
dunk.
this. I'm
Yeah.
more curious about you than his clothes. What the hell are you anyways?
A monster cat.
I'm a human. An honest-to-God human.
Cut that X to doubt meme in.
No, you're obviously more like a cat.
That look
This
though.
Well, it's because I lost my true form. I think.
You think?
But I do know how to regain my true form.
Start the I think counter
The
as
reason why I
well.
snuck in here was for a preliminary investigation.
So that's 3
of those
individual
needs.
counters for our
Well,
heroes.
I ended up getting caught though.
Yeah, you sure did.
Besides, I've been tortured by Kamoshida.
Should we have a
too.
senpai counter?
That's 4
Sumi just
individual
breaks
counters
it.
of our heroes. Senpai!
This is seriously crazy.
So apparently, if we play the Japanese version,
If we're
she
gonna
said
keep
the
going,
words
we should
wa
hurry
a
along.
lot. Or the
Wa?
sound wa.
Wa.
We'll be
Yeah,
counting
like
on your
Konichi
skills this
wa.
time too,
Like a
Ryoki.
verbal tick almost.
Got it?
Oh, I mean, that sort of makes because there's a scene in
on you.
In Hawaii, right?
there's a scene in Hawaii where she's hello senpai.
Konnichiwa!
Chiwa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I brought this just in case. It's a
Jesus Christ, man, we were at school.
Holy crap, you're packing!
Toy.
But it looks totally real, so it'll at least fake it.
Okay, you know what? Kudos to Ryuji for figuring this crap out. Like, my god, that's actually big
Oh, I brought
brain.
some medicine too.
Mhm.
You know what they say? Provide
I mean,
me
every
something,
now and then
something.
Riku,
Huh?
not Riku, Ryuji has
Providing
Riku!
Oh,
Riku!
fine. If you're ready to go, we'll resume our infiltration.
Wait, I feel like I missed a joke. Hold on.
I mean, that's
No,
actually...
I stuttered over myself and accidentally called Ryuji Riku.
Wow. Wow.
Let's use this to...
Okay, so I
Alright,
think
well, we
I'll
can
at
save.
least... Yeah, I think I'll head back to LeBlanc. So have Ryuji's Awakening and stuff, and that's where I'll
I'm
call
glad to
it.
know I'm not the only person that insists on calling it LeBlanc.
At least better than Yosuke and swinging around swords in Junette. You speak the truth, Yoshi. That was a hilarious moment.
No way. We can understand. It's not just because I'm having a sword and we're waving it everywhere. Okay, you know what? That sounds really bad.
Alright, it's gonna teach you shadow negotiations gun
Mm-hmm.
pretty soon. But each of those will be a battle for. There will be one battle for each different one.
Yay! Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
figure we can go a little bit over with the start. We did the entire tutorial of... Oh crap, I can't Phantom Run.
I
Yeah,
mean, the tutorial's not technically over until it gets her
The way to the
persona.
training
True.
hall
Yeah.
is just beyond those bars.
so I feel like we
What are we
can
gonna
just
do?
go until the end of this part, because that's really not a big deal to me. Because with P4, we kind of had to grind out the whole tutorial, but because they teach us stuff in a bit more creative of a way here,
I don't know.
it's a bit
Like,
more
it
acceptable.
definitely feels like a tutorial, but it's not as.
complicated.
Well, I will say it's definitely more
I'll put
entertaining
together some info
tutorial.
about the security
Because I've been
level.
through tutorials where it's
This
like
is crucial to successful
really,
power
really
concentration.
dull.
So Morgana's just writing
I'd
like
say
a
P4
Jiminy
is
type
probably the
journal
worst
to us.
tutorial I've played, followed by Kingdom Hearts 2. I love Roxas, but god, that tutorial was so boring.
Yeah.
You make it sound exciting.
Well, it's not bad. It's
It's
just...
3 hours long if you're rushing. I love that game, but the tutorial
So
sucks.
when I do KH2, should I just have like a 6-hour stream for...
Yeah, we might want to do a power level stream to get through the tutorial. I love Roxas, I do. And honestly, the tutorial being that long and slow. But in the moment, it friggin' sucks.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's more of an emotional thing
It
than...
feels like Personas level up a lot faster in this than in Strikers. Because
Hey.
in Strikers, it feels like you really need to either fight treasure demons all the time, or use the Persona distillation.
I think they do
thing.
level up much faster in this game than in Strikers.
Hey, have you seen anyone who looks like an intruder?
Yeah.
Well, we all look pretty sus.
Nobody yet.
I mean, we look like generic bad guys.
Then
Hans,
what do we do?
are we the
Should try to take him
baddies?
down like before?
I don't
It's not
know.
that simple.
Not gonna lie, Yellow looks
So we
sus.
should be conserving
Oh god.
I see. Damn
You
it.
mean
I wish I
Ryuji,
could
but I think it's
All
the
I
cat
got is
thing.
this toy
Like,
from
he
earlier.
says he's a human, but that's exactly what a non-human would say.
Huh?
I mean, we could just
Do you
say,
need that gun?
honestly, Persona 5's tagline could be "Red looks."
Yeah, it looks real and all, but doesn't shoot
It's
it.
red. I saw that.
There's so much red in this game.
Well, there
Well,
is
you know what? Yellow is technically sus because of the golden eyes of the shadows.
Okay, we'll use that to take down
Ooh.
the enemies.
Wait,
That and all of their eyes
We
glow
listen
yellow
to
for
me
a split
and don't
second.
even shoot pellets.
I'm still legitimately trying to think of why both Heartless and Shadows have the yellow eyes
I'm
aesthetic.
sure this'll work. Attack away.
I don't know, all the
Frizzy.
Heartless always have yellow eyes.
Well,
Except for
oh,
red
I
eyes.
keep
Right,
There's
except
the
for
one
red eyes.
not
exception.
gonna fire anything.
And that's why we call him red eyes, because his eyes are red. For some reason.
That's why
They
we call
say-
him Red Eyes, because his eyes are red.
You have the gun with you, right?
I mean, it is true.
Ah,
I mean, they say like the yellow
for
eyes.
his neutral
basically-
special, Joker
Well, you
really
Look at his
can't.
gun.
The last thing in the game that appears, so you can't see any sort of journal. Actual name.
How about that? Surprise.
Yeah.
So the fans sort of had to come up for a name for him, so we,
Rapid fire is going to be more useful than swinging.
because he's a secret boss in Birth by Sleep.
Run out of
Yep.
but using it all
Secret
up is more
episode.
good than let-
So there's no reason to just whip out the not spray and pray the gun unless they like nullify gun or something.
Pretty much.
Considering it replenishes after every battle,
Yeah,
which makes
because
a lot
gun
more
gun
sense.
damage. Gun damage usually does more damage if you fire all of your bullets into an enemy than a single.
For real?
Yeah, honestly, the royal mechanic with it makes a lot more sense because each enemy will assume that the gun's full.
Listen to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the royal version of it's a lot more fun. The only thing,
Yeah, exactly. Morgana just stole the line from me, little bastard. Why, you bastards!
You killed Kenny.
God.
Our ammo's replenished. Go on, dump it into the enemy.
With pleasure! Daka daka daka!
Eat lead.
look at you listening to Morgana like a good boy.
Did he just call you a dog? I think he just called you a dog.
Hmm.
I mean, I can punt
No,
him
I'm
later.
glad that he willingly listened to Morgana.
Wait, who's more yellow, Ryuji or Morgana?
Ryuji.
Morgana isn't yellow at all.
Oh,
Morgana
he
scarf.
has the
isn't that
scarf.
black.
The scarf and his utility belt.
Oh, true, but Ryuji's more noticeable with his hair and his shirt.
Yoshi says good!
What do you
All
wanna do?
caps and with spaces in between.
Oh, like Zelda.
Oh my
from CDI.
GUN.
Yes, G-U-N. Which I
They're trying to
believe
capture
is
the hedgehog?
confirmed for Sonic the Hedgehog the movie too.
Oh, it is. It's definitely confirmed. I am sort of hyped to see Gun again. Not gonna lie, I missed Gun.
That's pretty interesting. I wonder what their deal is gonna be in this and that.
One enemy.
Daka daka daka.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
All right.
That's very satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Guard.
Wait, when's the last time
I'm pretty
Gun
sure
was even
that's where we need to
mentioned
be going
in the
to.
Sonic universe?
Rouge worked for them
Um,
in Sonic Heroes, didn't she?
I guess
No,
that's
in
Yeah, she was working-
06.
But wait,
I think
you can't
06 was
stop
the
me.
most recent
I'm
usage
gonna
of Gun.
teach you to a special way
Well,
to
technically
fight.
Generations.
True.
Oh
06 was
yeah.
the what? 06 was the last time they used
Something like
Gun. No, because Gun was in Rival Split Second, and it was also in Dark Brotherhood.
Listen, there's a distinct flow.
But
Oh, that
06
Bioware
basic-
game, yeah.
The Dark Age of Sonic killed Gun.
You're mine.
Yeah, because the only time I know Gun was was with Shadow the Hedgehog.
It started in Adventure 2.
Gotcha.
It was a very short-lived experience. The show's
Adventure 2
over.
is sort of the reason why I'm excited to see Gun again, because begging for a really long time
Okay.
for Adventure
really
2.
well. You're
Wouldn't you be
definitely-
happy or annoyed if they specifically rip off the gun truck scene?
What was that super?
Honestly, I would
just
love
did?
to see the gun truck scene.
Same.
That'd be a really
An
cool
all-out
homage.
attack.
I would
Complete
enjoy
with the
it.
music.
Knock all the enemies down.
Complete with a movie remix of the music. That would be perfect.
Yes!
No further movies.
Yeah, that was a.
I'm out of here.
The fun part
They
is,
already got the helicopter. It even looks. The helicopter even
It
looks
does
almost
look like the helicopter
Adventure
from
2.
the opening cutscene.
Now, as I mentioned before, I want you to be the head of our command. You can decide when we
Look
use
at
it.
They're
this. He,
calling
does,
it Sonic 2, but it has a lot of adventure.
he doesn't have any memories, but he automatically assumes that we should be in charge. Good kitty.
strike the enemy's weakness.
Don't all-out attacks do almighty damage? I think that's the thing.
I think so.
Thank God they don't do fizz damage. Can you imagine?
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, all attacks do almighty damage and two almighty damage.
In P4, some enemies had like an invisible resistance to almighty because almighty's like an invisible damage dealer or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
there are certain fights where it's not really possible to an all-out attack because like a lot of bosses just won't ever fall.
like the bonus boss in Kanji's dungeon is actually resistant to almighty attacks.
Yeah, I remember. What? We're not doing
Tell you
it?
to keep your voice down.
What? We're not doing it? God, people's disappointment when you refuse to do an all-out attack in P4 is great.
I think Kanji's is my favorite one.
How do I open this?
A complete lack of understanding on his face.
I mean, there are some situations where Kanji actually has a specific skill.
Huh?
Like,
Yeah,
that
in this
does...
game,
If we stay obedient, we won't be executed.
What's up?
in this game, there's basically no reason to not do an all
Telling me you want to stay in a place like
from the
this?
enemy. Like if you're looking for money specifically, or if you're fishing for items, or if you really want that persona, sure. Other than that,
How
all
stupid
attack.
can you be?
And for me, I pretty much only fish for personas. That's the only thing I do other than all of this.
Fair enough.
So if I already have one in my compendium,
Kamoshida
it's getting all
Kamoshida.
attacked.
Still love that Mitsuru and Aki just looked at Minato, Yukari, and Junpei, blinked, then made Minato charge in. He's like, okay.
They aren't real humans.
Honestly,
I don't care.
the first all-out attack has to be really funny, because for Aki and Mitsuru, they've done it before. It's just another day at the office, but then in P4, everyone just in sync realizes they can mug the hell out of shadows. But in here, it's like a specific technique that Morgana teaches them to do. But
I mean, Morgana clearly knows best because Morgana makes it.
So the school's
I can only imagine like the training goes like,
slaves.
okay,
Someone point that it makes
yeah, you
me
take a
laugh.
step right here, stop, spin
This
around.
really is the inside of that
I
alley.
think all those attacks are functionally exactly the same.
yeah,
They just feel so much more satisfying.
This is horrible.
yeah, visually they are. Does Futaba ever power up all-out attacks like Rise does?
In the real world.
I don't know about that, but Futaba has her own.
Wait.
Yeah, she has her own like ending to an all-out attack.
Right, the
It
bomb
happens.
thing where she says,
It
"Get
happens
good."
by chance. If Joker is the one that finishes,
Mhm.
that activates the all attack, there's a chance that Futaba will activate hers.
There's no
And I
Yeah,
think
it's
her
basically
does
counts as like an,
damage.
it can't, yeah, so basically like an instant kill.
most likely. I mean,
Oh, well, that's
it
nice
seems
of
that
her.
Kamoshida thinks of them as slaves.
Yeah, she drops out of her UFO with her Neo Featherman.
For real.
So,
Periods.
how do showtimes compare to combination attacks from Golden? Do they like charge up over time and then you use them when you want? Or do they just happen?
Okay, so a Showtime will activate randomly.
Mhm.
Your party is low on health, or the enemies you're fighting, or
Or
there's
low,
a chance to
yeah.
finish them off.
We can take
And
Well,
of course
there's-
the battle's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
And they'll show up, and then you have the option. They'll
Okay.
show the Showtime or ignore it. So you could
Yeah.
just do a regular skill if you thought a regular were useful.
That's what
Which,
Sometimes
on
it's
a, I've done that
yeah.
like twice ever.
But with how
'cause, like,
cinematic
maybe I wanted to
showtimes
do it.
are, why wouldn't you do it? Unless you're like on the
Well,
clock.
because it was Makoto that activated it. No.
Ah.
I think those were the only two times I ignored it because I was already planning on healing turn, and Makoto decided to do a Showtime, which sucked because it was probably going to be like the Makoto read, which for most of the game is my favorite one. I love it's so
Fist of the
it's
Phantom
angry as hell.
Star.
Wait,
I love that one, but I love Makoto's and Haru Showtime a lot more. Because of how...
Makoto's and Haru's is
Oh, yeah, we
fine.
have
It's
to
one of the
talk
better
about
ones.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
we
my
have to
favorite
interact
Haru
with all
one
of
has to be
these?
Haru and Nona though.
But I gotta say, Makoto doing her best Star Platinum impression is amazing.
What's Star Platinum?
JoJo's.
JoJo. Yo, ora, type thing.
What?
Aura existed before JoJo.
It did, but That's like the trope codifier, where even though it existed before, it's more famous because of it.
Knuckles says aura, aura, aura in Adventure 2.
Oh yeah, when you dig up and down, it's hilarious.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know. I never played Adventure 2.
Aura, aura, aura.
Okay, it's hilarious. The English translation of Adventure 2, there's a few lines that they didn't translate, but they had, so they
Let's see.
just read the Japanese reaction lines. So Eggman's English voice actor says,
Come on, man.
Sonic says, Teteria! And Knuckles says, aura, aura.
What are your thoughts?
I love it. Yosh!
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 Oh, I miss that Eggman voice actor. He was the coolest sound.
Ah, why can't I Phantom Dash? It's weird.
You're not allowed to run yet.
Yes.
No running until Morgana teaches you how.
No running in the halls. We're still just being polite students.
Let's go.
Say, hey, you're kind
You
of
don't
technically
understand just how
trespassing.
dumb Joker is. Morgana has to teach you how to do. You're lucky you knew how to breathe before him.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
clearly.
Oh, thank goodness, because otherwise that would have sucked.
Would have been a short game.
That would have been really short.